see if we can get into it. I'm beating down this road, babe, how you doing? I be praying for better days and still be losing. I just jumped in my bag, how I'm doing. I know they mad, I ain't losing. Once that pack touchdown.
Alright, YouTube. They got us. Hey, Sweden finna get us right, gang. They trying to teach us, let us know how the streets really go out there, nigga. And I found out these niggas use grenades. Nigga, what the fuck? Grenades on a common level. Nigga, imagine nigga using a grenade. Nigga coming down the block on you, nigga. He ain't using switch, nigga. He ain't using blick, nigga. He ain't using sticks, nigga. This nigga's using fucking grenades, nigga. The fuck are you gonna do? Cause hey, we all play Call of Duty, nigga. You let that bitch cook in your hand, nigga. Throw that motherfucker. A grenade is $6, nigga. I'm not gonna lie, I would've been crazy. You get one for free if you buy an AK-40. Nigga, I'm getting whatever you get free grenade, nigga. What? That's wild, gang. I ain't gonna lie. A complimentary. Big words I can't do, gang. I ain't gonna lie. I get chopped every time I listen to big words. I can't do this shit. That's why school wasn't my business. You know what I'm saying? I was outside.
Retaliation, attack, retaliation, an ongoing cycle that seems to never end. The current violence in Sweden has the country in a chokehold. We now know that opposing gangs are feuding with each other, but there is much more to the horrific situation in Sweden that is taking place as you're watching this video right now. Two men that were part of the same gang and trusted each other greatly are now sworn enemies. Trust has turned into hate. Hate that runs so deep that one decided to do the unthinkable. Take out his enemy's mother. Such acts obviously cannot go unpunished, though no one could have guessed the magnitude of what was about to come. This is the story of the Foxtrot fallout. After my previous...
Okay, what I've noticed with a lot of, like you say, like just members out there, they're a lot, like, okay, so you got established members that's like older, but they really run shit. Like, nigga, they run shit so, like, nigga, they just, that's what my eyes tell me. They run shit. Their beef had, like, 16... Boy, them niggas spanking shit in BTA. God damn! 16? Boy, them out there the way to wear red. What? Fuck, nigga, I can't speak to save my life, nigga. But look, I've got a way to wear... I still was gonna say red flag. The white flag. God damn!
This video about Rawa Majid that explained the basics about who he is and what he's involved in, it's only right to dive deeper into his life and all that's been going on in Sweden. Because besides the many enemies Rawa has made in opposing gangs, trouble has also been brewing within his own Foxtrot gang. In the past few months, it seems like his gang wasn't as tight as they used to be. A conflict had arisen within the gang itself, which led to members turning against each other. Ismail Abdo, also known as Strawberry, once a close
Foxtrot was the biggest drug importer in Sweden. Boy, he looked like it. I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't expect him to do it. I seen this nigga at motherfucking at the 7-Eleven the other day.
Confidant of Rawa and labelled as his right-hand man, has allegedly broken with Rawa after a personal dispute. I will later explain how he got this interesting nickname, but first let me provide you with a bit of backstory of who Ismail is and how this feud has erupted. So who is Ismail Abdo, aka Strawberry? Ismail played an important...
Nigga name is Strawberry, he out here spanking shit. Nigga, these niggas is not sweet, nigga. Don't let their name fool you, don't let their country fool you, nigga. Don't let it nothing fool you, nigga. These niggas is not sweet, nigga. These niggas is on that. It's BTA, nigga. Belt to ass, nigga. 15 in a month, nigga. 16 in a month, nigga. Come on, G. Like, what the fuck these niggas on that?
Important role in the handling of narcotics for the Foxtrot gang. He was previously convicted of weapons possession and serious narcotic offences, among many other convictions. In 2016, he was sentenced to 5.5 years in prison. He was released after serving 2/3 of his sentence on November 10th, 2019. Ismail quickly fell to his old ways and started drug smuggling again.
Talking about quickly, nigga, I only did 5, nigga, and I did really half. Damn near less than half. Nigga, I'm gonna get right back to the same shit I did, nigga. I ain't missing nothing. When I was in there, nigga, I was talking the whole time, nigga, like, yeah, nigga, when I get out this shit, gang, nigga, I'm finna really do shit right next time, nigga. I'm finna make sure, nigga, the mail lady, nigga, that's my work, nigga. I'm finna, every time she come through, finna give her a little box package, you know what I'm saying? She wanna take that bitch up the road, you know what I'm saying?
Since September 2022, he has been detained in absentia on suspicion of very serious narcotic smuggling involving 100 kilos of amphetamine, among other things. He has, however, fled to Turkey and has become a Turkish citizen, evading his arrest. There have been several theories speculated about the feud in the news and by the police. There are 3 that seem most likely and according to the police can be backed up with small bits of evidence. Potential reason number 1 is a missing shipment or a shipment that has gone wrong. This led to discussions between Rawa and Ismail.
There are some Sweden gangs outside of Sweden. In Spain, there is a Swedish gang called Los Sucos and does murder for hire.
Happened and who was responsible for
That's
this.
crazy.
These discussions then led to where we are today.
So what I get from what I get from out of this, there's more organized crime than Sweden there is in America, is what it sounds like. That's what I'm getting from.
Reason number 2 is that there were internal disagreements about the methods of violence that were exerted. The use of young boys as soldiers, the increasingly more common practice of attacking innocent family members, as well as the victims being innocent civilians a bit too frequently. Potential reason number 3 is a bit of a wild one. It speculates that Rawa set up his own couriers to be ripped so that he could earn more money on the same batch of...
You think in America we're on another level? Well, I don't know. I mean, look, I think it seems like that because our numbers is greater. Like, we have more people. But as far as, like, we ain't out here with grenades, G. We don't get complimentary. We don't get extra shit with our shit. You know what I'm saying? When we buy one, we get that's it. You know what I'm saying? We don't get a fucking grenade on top of that. That's fucking crazy. The fact that you get a free grenade just because you bought the AK is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But we back to the video.
Product. This reason also shows that the problems between the two started way earlier this year. This may sound a little weird, so let me explain. In an extremely extensive case, in which the trial is still ongoing, 6 people are accused of, among others, aggravated robbery, aggravated drug crime, and unlawful deprivation of freedom. During an arrest on the 16th of January this year, a number of suspects tried to escape the police in a car. Several men were arrested, one of which was a 24-year-old man. He was a familiar face of the police and wore a fox ring, meaning that he belonged to the closer circle of Rawa Majid. Together with the others, he was suspected of trying to get their hands on a 46-kilogram batch of cannabis by attacking and robbing Foxtrot's own courier. That courier in turn received his orders from someone called Dr. Phil, a chat name who police have...
Dr. Phil's involved in this? Oh shit. I knew that nigga wasn't just a motherfucking doctor. Something about him always just didn't sit right with me. It wasn't a mustache, wasn't a bald head, it was just the fact that he said he was a doctor. And you sat in front of a camera the whole... I never seen you worked on nobody. I'm just saying. I ain't never seen Dr. Phil be a doctor. I've only seen him talk. I'm just saying.
Have been able to link to Ismail Abdo, though. The police had this theory that Rawa Majid ordered the group to rip the courier, put him in debt, and make it responsible for Rawa to sell the narcotics again. The courier in question was arrested sometime later and said some interesting things during his interrogation. They were enemies of Dr. Phil and wanted to steal the stuff. It's like they want to set me up. I'm the one who ends up in the middle of nowhere, the courier said. When the interrogator asked the courier if he knew why they wanted to trick the person behind the Dr. Phil alias, he said, they are his enemies and want to put him out of business. There must be someone in Dr. Phil's network playing a
Sparking up, chat. Get ready.
double game. The charges against the potential rippers reached the court in late August. Interestingly enough, about 2 weeks after this court session, the latest wave of violence is said to have begun. Could this be the real reason behind the feud? It is unlikely that the media nor the police will ever find out the real reason behind the feud. That's something only Rawa and Ismail will ever know for sure. At first glance, what do you think? What's the reason that makes the most sense? Women?
Alright. We're gonna do our own investigation right here. What I think is, they just fighting over territory. Like any, you know what I'm saying, gang would. You know what I'm saying? They fighting over, you know what I'm saying, this fact that when you fighting over territory, you're fighting over money. Where money going, you know what I'm saying? Territory and money, land and money, you know what I'm saying? That's all us men ever fight over. That's all us people ever fight over, land and money. I'm just saying, that's the truth.
Let me know in the comments. Whatever the real reason may be that caused the splits, the consequences would be felt throughout Sweden and beyond.
That's why I'm not from Sweden, because I don't know. The strawberry was his right. Oh, so, okay, so strawberry on the right here was the right-hand man, and bro on the left, he... Okay.
A ruthless battle ensued, and everything seemed to be justified. Because these men were so close to each other, they knew exactly what one's weak points were and where their closest family members were located. Especially the latter would prove highly valuable in an attempt to win this battle. Here are the most notable incidents.
Okay.
It all started with a shooting in Istanbul on the 6th of September 2023. The shooting was allegedly ordered by Ismail and was aimed to take out Rawa. It was all caught on camera. CCTV footage showed 2 men arrive on a moped. One of them hopped off, and fired several shots towards 5 or 6 people, one of which was supposedly Rawa. Without hesitation, these people fired back, which one of them hopped up, caught on camera. CCTV footage showed 2 men arrive on a moped. One of them hopped off and fired several shots towards 5 or 6 people, one of which was supposedly Rawa. Without hesitation, these people fired back. No one was seriously injured, but it was immediately clear that retaliation would shortly follow, and so it did. Allegedly, this attack resulted in an immediate revenge just a day later, on the 7th of September. The 60-year-old mother of Ismail Abdo was taken out in her own home in Uppsala. Even though we've seen a lot of unprecedented lows already in Sweden, this is a good depiction of just how ruthless Rawa and his gang were. Not even someone's mother was safe. After this incident, there was officially...
Damn, that's kind of foul. Him and his homie started beefing, right? Now correct me if I'm wrong, but him and the homie started beefing. Oh, so that's the retaliation after. Okay, so what happened? Okay, correct me if I'm wrong again. So Raul, right? Rawls, he ended up killing bro's mom, right? I don't know, it's just throwing me. Oh. Strawberry ain't sweet at all. He going for the whole fam bam. Oh shit. Alright, we gotta get back to this chat. We gotta figure out what's going on. I ain't gonna lie, this is interesting. I ain't gonna lie. I fuck with this type of shit because like I'm really learning like what's going on in Sweden, man. I didn't know y'all was really, you know what I'm saying, going through this, like, you know what I'm saying, shooting the bombings and all this stuff. That's a lot. Especially when there had to be gangs involved, it's a lot.
With the rising amount of brazen attacks, it was only a matter of time before someone unrelated to the feud would become the victim. That became the case on the 12th of September. Police were alerted about an incident that took place where a man had been taken out in the stairwell of a building where he lived. Upon further investigation, it was determined that the man named Mogos did not have any connection to the conflict and was just an innocent civilian that was at the wrong place at the wrong time. The intended target was a family member of Rawa that lived in the same building. This incident was quickly followed by yet another shooting on the 13th of September around 3:45 at night. It was once again aimed at a family member of Rawa. However, despite firing several shots, it did not succeed as his target managed to flee. Police arrived to the scene quickly and managed to arrest the shooter, which was once again a young boy. Later that day, an explosive was found in the same area. A resident spotted it and called the police, who defused the explosive on site. Then, around 9 in the morning on the same day, 19-year-old Giovanni was taken out in Vasastaden in central Stockholm. According to information from the police, he was linked to Rawa and managed drug sales in Gävle. It is said that he was in Stockholm to hide, as he was a target in the internal Foxtrot conflict. Unfortunately for him, that did not help. Just a day later, numerous shots were fired at the door of a flat in the Hagby district of Norrköping. According to the media information, the target was the mother of one of the men arrested in Turkey after being involved in the Istanbul shooting. Then, on the 15th of September, a powerful explosion took place at an apartment complex in Upplands, north of Stockholm. A very close confidant of Rawa Majid lived in this apartment complex. An explosion took place at the same gate in late January this year. Could that be another indication that the feud already started in January? On the 27th of September, there was yet another innocent victim. A major explosion took place in Uppsala, destroying several homes. The intended target was once again a
Damn, so y'all really be using grenades, bro, and just explosives. Holy shit. I don't think I ought to be able to like be involved in that at all. I ain't gonna lie to you. Call me a pussy, but I'm out. I dropped my flag. Fuck that. I didn't sign up for this shit. Gunplay, cool. We can do that. I ain't tripping. The moment you bring out an explosive, G, I'm gone, nigga. What the fuck are we doing with this? Like, what?
Relative of Rawa. Instead, a 24-year-old woman who lived in a neighboring house and had nothing to do with the ongoing conflict did not survive the blast. She was soon to be a teacher with a bright future ahead of her. It was total devastation. 2 houses had major damage and windows were smashed at various houses on the streets, a witness stated. Another witness said everything was ruined. The entire outer wall disappeared and the adjacent house was also completely demolished. It must be said that there have been many more incidents involving bombings and shootings. However, Swedish police could not link those incidents to the feud of Rawa and Ismail just yet, as they need further evidence. They do think that it is most likely that a big majority of those attacks were linked to this feud.
You said that was the biggest explosion in Swedish history. 2 rappers got arrested for, 1 convicted, Pekino and Heezy. I think we listened to something of Heezy's yesterday, I believe. I don't know what it is. Let me put this big screen. This is a big topic. So I don't understand. Like, why is the use for grenades out there so like common? You know, I don't know if in America if it's easy to get a grenade or RPG, but damn it, why y'all able to get a grenade for $8, $6? Scare tactics? Yeah, I'm scared. I'm terrified, bro. If I found out the ops got an RPG or a freaking grenade, it's a different way now. We gotta figure something out. We either gotta get a tank or we get a motherfucking cargo plane that can drop a freaking nuke off on them niggas. Cause nah, bro, I ain't playing that. Cause y'all gotta think about it, bro. Y'all gotta really think about it. You not gonna survive for real from a grenade. Like you got shrapnel, the explosion. That's enough for me. The bullet, you got that's one thing. In and out, maybe stuck in you. They might cut it out of you. You know what I'm saying? But the shrapnel is 30 different pieces in your body. And then you got pieces from the concrete that shot up nigga into your body. You know what I'm saying? It's so much shit that fucked you up now. Like, this shit crazy. The car fucking window hit you in the face and now your fucking eyes missing. You didn't even hit by the grenade, nigga. Fucking pole fell down and hit you in the back of the head and now you got fucking brain damage. Like, this shit's fucking crazy, bro. A grenade can do a lot with just one explosion. Depends, sometimes they throw it through the window and sometimes just at the door. See, look. I could be sitting right here talking on stream with y'all, right? Out of nowhere. Boom! Nigga cooked that motherfucker. That bitch hit the window. Boom! Y'all just seen me get exploded on stream. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather them just... I can at least get a chance. But a grenade, boy, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Insane amounts of violence paired with the total ruthlessness caused those directly involved to flee the country. Some of their family members and other relatives did so as well for their own safety. I can't sleep at night because I don't know if my front door is going to explode or if someone crazy is going to enter and shoot us. We're absolutely terrified, said an anonymously interviewed family member who has nothing to do with the feud except being family to someone involved. In the entire month of September, there had been 11 fatal shootings, many of which were attributed to the feud between Rawa and Ismail. It marked the worst month for the country since recordings began in 2016. You may have noticed that most of the recorded attacks were coming from Ismail, not Rawa. Investigators started questioning Rawa's strength and that of his Foxtrot gang. Here's why. Rawa fled to Turkey somewhere around 2020. Here is where he brought himself Turkish citizenship through the so-called Golden Passport program. With this program, Turkey offers citizenship in turn for an investment of $400,000. This money can be...
Wait, so is Turkey bad? Do Turkey be having shit going on since all the criminals be going over there? Cause I know some people that lives in Turkey and like lived in Turkey. Like I went to a school that was like a Turkish middle school, I think. Something like that. It was like Turkish and a Russian middle school. You feel me? Turkey is a safe haven for criminals. So a safe haven, okay, so when I say safe, like, you gotta, okay, so, I'm fried. They can go there. They don't gotta worry about, well, I already know they don't gotta worry about extradition, whatever, you know what I'm saying, one of those two. You don't gotta worry about that. But is the crime rate the same way? Like, say they doing the same stuff over there, can they do like more vague? Can they do, you know what I'm saying? Like, Turkey arrested Raul but refused to extradite citizens. Okay. Now, is Turkey's prisons bad? Like, is Turkey like when you say safe haven, I'm thinking then they released them. Oh, okay. Now I'm getting where you're coming from. So they're lax. So Turkey seems like it's a lax. We gotta pop it back up full screen because I gotta know this type of shit. So Turkey, when the criminals go to Turkey, they go over there, they say that they get arrested on something. You know, if they do something, they get arrested. So they just get let out, or do they have to do any time, like no matter like what the crime they did? But I'm not saying that they got fucking get out of jail free cards, but like, is Turkey lax? Like, do they not press hard on like crimes and stuff? Depends on what relationship the country has with Turkey. Okay. Alright.
Invested into the economy via real estate, for example.
Okay.
There are not a lot of questions asked when applying.
Now we're getting to it. Now I'm getting it. Turkey, they arrest the criminal from Sweden that Sweden is trying to get. Turkey like, nigga, we don't fuck with y'all. Why the fuck would I give y'all no? And we gonna release him. He can stay over here. We don't care. Fuck it. Just don't do nothing, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I feel it. Turkey petty.
Turkey and Sweden do not have a
Spam fried in the chat, man. I'm fried, chat. God damn.
formal extradition agreement, shrinking the chances of being extradited even more. Secondly, a criminal is most likely safer in Turkey, being far away from their enemies, the shooting in Istanbul being an outlier,
God damn ads, bro.
of course. Turkey is a true safe haven, and for a wanted man such as Rawa Majid, this is a good hideout. Sweden had already remanded Rawa in absentia several times, but they wanted to get him in court. Officials said they do not have high hopes of seeing him in Swedish court anytime soon due to his Turkish citizenship. However, this hope might have increased after they heard the news that there was an ongoing legal case against Rawa that could cost him his citizenship. According to the legal case, Rawa had registered himself under a false name for the Turkish citizenship, alluding to potential forgery. He applied as Miran Otman. According to the case, he did so because if he applied under his real name, Rawa Majid, he would pop up as one of Sweden's most wanted people and would potentially be denied Turkish citizenship. This case got a new impulse after the shooting incident on the 6th of September.
Okay, so they do deny people then. They deny some people. Not saying he got denied, but like, they will deny your ass, you know what I'm saying? They ain't finna let you up in that motherfucker, but they'll let you in that motherfucker. Alright.
In Istanbul. The negative press caused a lot of eyes looking at the situation critically and could be the potential catalyst for the change in Turkey. If he loses the case, Turkey could potentially withdraw his citizenship, leaving him up for extradition. The person is then often sent back to where he came from, which in this case would be Sweden. The question is, will he lose his citizenship? Well, stay with me. It is assumed that Rawa is protected by high-level figures within the Turkish police and government. A prime example of that was the highly confidential information about Rawa that Sweden sent to Turkey, which immediately was shared with him, just to give an example. Then, out of nowhere, news broke. Rawa Majid had allegedly been arrested on October the 5th while passing the border into Iran, according to SVT. They based the news on multiple independent sources that all confirmed it. According to the information, the arrests took place in
Why they got a black nigga hands right there, bruh? What the fuck?
connection to some kind of traffic control stop, and it may be false ID documents that led to his arrest. I say allegedly because, was it true?
Oh, yeah.
Thus far, Swedish police nor their Ministry for Foreign Affairs have confirmed the news. There is no evidence in terms of pictures or video footage that shows Rawa being arrested or in handcuffs, like there were when he was arrested briefly in Turkey. Shortly after the news broke, Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson was quickly interviewed and told that he received the information but could not confirm it yet. People close to Rawa immediately denied the news. All in all, lots of contradicting details were circulating. The overall consensus is that if Rawa was arrested, he may have been detained briefly, but was released shortly after for thus far unknown reasons. Either way, all the tumult did not really benefit Rawa, since he was still engaged in a full feud with Ismail Abdo. Instead of being able to fully focus on the feud, he had to worry about other problems, significantly weakening his position. To make matters even worse, one of Rawa's alleged stash houses was raided on the 6th of October, when police raided the industrial premise alleged.
The men are suspected to have handled Kurdish Fox, Rawa Majid, Central Drug Store in Strongna. When police hit the industrial premises, drugs were found in CK32 million. In one of the accused men's phones, the police found pictures where he had a fox on his finger. So? There's a nigga that rap from Memphis, nigga. He got a fox on his, around his fucking chain. People like foxes.
Stash houses was raided on the 6th of October. When police raided the industrial premises, they found drugs worth 32 million kroner, approximately 2.7 million euros. In the phone of one of the suspects, police found pictures showing him wearing a fox ring on his finger. During an interrogation, he said that he found that ring at the kiosk and decided to keep it. Was this Rawa's stash house? It could have been another blow to his organization. Then an interesting article was published mid-October in which an anonymous member of the Foxtrot gang touches on the reason for the feud, the current state of it, and the frequent use of young boys as soldiers. The anonymous member said that there were two reasons for the escalation. One was the shooting in Turkey, and the second reason was the hit on Ismail Abdo's mother. Just because the wind is blowing a bit the other way, I don't sell my friends for money. It will only get worse. For every affected family, 10 more will be affected. I could have brought Rawa to the people for 50 million. People offered 20 million. I could have sold him out already, but I am a man, and I will never do that.
Wait.
Most likely,
My bad,
I could have sold him out already, but I am a man, and I will never do that. Most likely referring to the fact that he could give up Rawa's location to Ismail for said amounts of money. In regards to the young boys being used as soldiers, he said, a 15-year-old can take out one person, or he can take out 100 people and get 4 years of closed juvenile care. It has—
What? Huh? Y'all better be fucking lying. A 15-year-old, 100 people? Nah, that's cap. That's cap. That's cap. It's gotta be cap. There's no way. There's no possible way. Bro, there's no possible way, bro. There can't be. There literally can't be, bro. No, bro. No. 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 Okay, they're changing it. Okay.
It's become trendy to have people of that age. They see people with chains, they see 15 and 16-year-olds getting money. There is nothing else to do. On whether he thought it was okay to use these young boys as soldiers, he said, I don't think it is right, but you have to. And finally, on the question when it would end, he answered, never, until Strawberry gives up. Most of you will probably have the same thought at this exact moment. Neither side is giving up anytime soon, and you are absolutely right about that. Just 5 days later, a large industrial building was set afire at around 2 at night.
God damn! Nigga, I thought that was a California fire, G. I mean, 7K for a young nigga ain't a lot. That's a lot. That's enough to do something where you can make 10K, 20K, 15, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot, depending on how you do it, you know what I'm saying? Boy, I ain't gonna lie, bruh. Yeah. Sweden, y'all niggas crazy.
On the 15th of October. The fire brigades did not stand a chance against this fire, which was meters high. They had to make the decision to let the entire 5,000 square meter building burn to the ground. Police were more familiar with the scene, they had been there before. In January, there had already been a big explosion at the front door of the building. So, who was connected to this address? Ismail Abdo. The large industrial building was home to a company dealing in fruit and vegetables, allegedly belonging to his family. Remember Ismail's nickname, Strawberry? That's where he got his name from. A noteworthy detail is that according to speculation, the warehouse was also used as a stash house for his narcotics. Could this be retaliation for what happened to Rawa's stash house? Police press spokesperson Daniel Wikdal could not confirm nor deny that this incident had anything to do with the ongoing feud between Ismail and Rawa. For most of the people, it was clear. This had 100% to do with the feud, and once again, retaliation was bound to follow shortly. It's clear that this feud is far from over. I mean, at the time of writing this, and the day this video will be posted, I can ensure there will be many more incidents related to this feud. But, who will win? And more importantly, at what cost? With Rawa Majid lying low after his alleged arrest, his new right-hand man has taken the foreground. This man is called Mustafa Al-Jibouri, and I can tell you, the video about him that I'm currently working on is about to get absolutely insane. Be sure to subscribe and stay up to date on this one. Meanwhile, back in Sweden, gangs that were once loyal to Rawa have now pledged their allegiance to Ismail. For example, the Zero network has allegedly switched sides and now work with Ismail instead of Rawa. What hasn't helped either is that several of Rawa's associates have allegedly been arrested in Tunisia this past week.
Send a link. Send a link to the feud, man. Send a link. Send a link. Boy, I'm fried and I like watching this shit right here. Wait, Sweden's gang violence part 1 segregation. Boy, if this ain't it, send me a link right now. Send me some links right now.
I just jumped in my bag, how I'm doing. I know they mad, I ain't losing. Once that pack touchdown, babe, you know I run through it. All these bags, they exclusive. Shit, that whole man, she ain't included. Busting down on these pills, bitch, I'll call your phone and see if we can get into it.